The great thing about theater is that part of me comes alive. A thing that was in my head comes out of my soul, out of my body, out of my heart, and goes up on the stage. And I see myself on the stage, and I weep with happiness.
I really do believe in the power of theater. I really do believe in the progress and the future of America. And I was proud to serve in the military, proud to serve in the Marine Corps, so that I could support all that, and so that I could be that protector on the outside for great things on the inside. It's something I've really come to care about. Theater has allowed me to reimagine myself.
It makes them laugh, it makes them cry, it makes them check in with some of the emotions that they usually wouldn't even get an opportunity to check in with during the day.
I think it's really good because it's a way to get things out and for a large audience to view something from a different perspective, even though it may not be a perspective they agree with or like, but at least it maybe will help them understand someone else's perspective.
My student, Zach, came to me and said, my mom was really upset when she watched our scene last night. And I said, yeah, I noticed that, that she was upset. And he said, well, she and I have never really talked about what it means that I am gay.
I recently came out in October of last year. You can just send such a huge message in theater because you're not really saying it face to face to someone. You can just express yourself full out if you can't do it when you're not acting.
I learn a lot, both about human nature from watching a play, but I also learn a lot about the skill of telling a story, telling a narrative. In my job, I don't have long to make a point. When I watch the masters of theater making their point in a few minutes, sometimes a few seconds, I learn a lot about how to communicate.
Think about it. There is not a single individually taken standardized test that improves creativity. If you write outside the lines, you just had an unscorable test. They do not include collaboration. If you collaborate, we call that cheating. They do not include the opportunity for critical thinking because you have to stay within the prescribed answer set. In other words, the things that we do in the arts are not just wonderful aesthetically, but they reply directly for what kids most need for 21st century skills.
What if I told you to make a statue of a dinosaur?
Girls Inc. is an organization that services low-income girls. It really helps them, get involved with the community and learn more about themselves, learn how to be stronger, smarter.
And stretch your hands out and wiggle your fingers.
Some of these girls that live in tough situations, they're taught to, don't open your mouth and, this is how you're supposed to act. So for them to be able to come to a drama class and have someone like me say, it's okay, think outside the box, just be yourself, just be creative.
The voice. Excellent. So we have our body.
Sometimes I learn new things about myself. Like, sometimes I learn new feelings I've never felt before.
And then they realize after a couple minutes, oh, this is for me to have fun and this is for me to explore and know that it's okay to just be yourself,
The arts are a natural breeding ground for innovation. We need a very innovative workforce. So in the places where Boeing employees live and work, we invest in the arts.
When we took over the hotel 3 years ago, there was probably 4 restaurants down here, and then Kirk Douglas Theater, when that opened. And Actors Gang, they took over a building that was empty for years and years and years, and you see the nightlife now. People that are coming down here to see the different plays that they put on. Just to see the lights at night and see the people walking around downtown Culver City now, it's so different than it was 3-4 years ago.
The shows we do at homeless shelters and adult ed centers are also open to the general public. So at one show, you can get a CEO of a corporation sitting next to a homeless guy, and they are watching this 2,000-year-old story about how you deal with jealousy and revenge. And they're watching it as equals, and I think this is the way we're political. They're really kind of figuring out what it is they share.
The American theater is a way for us to express ourselves, to express our emotions, to second guess reality, to explore what goes into being human. I can't think of anything more elemental than that for the American system of freedom of expression.
The arts and artists are one of our most effective tools in reaching beyond and through repressive regimes, in giving hope to people. So I think that artists, both individually and through their works, can illustrate better than any speech I can give or any government policy we can promulgate, that the spirit that lives within each of us, the right to think and dream and expand our boundaries, is not confined, no matter how hard they try, by any regime anywhere in the world.
The arts are increasingly seen as kind of the garnish. They're the extra, they're the sprig of parsley on the cultural plate. But they're not, they're the main course, they're the whole thing. They are what teaches us what it means to be human.